Hi everyone, I am going to talk about Vibrio cholerae, which is the causative organism for the disease cholera. Now let's see the introduction. Cholera is a life threatening disease, and the symptoms are voluminous, rice watery stool, often accompanied by vomiting, and which results in the hypovolemic shock and acidosis. And the Vibrio cholerae, it is mainly transmitted through the contaminated food and water. And it is normally present in marine environment, that is estuaries and brackish water. And it is endemic in certain places with poor sanitation. Endemic means that is constantly present. Robert Koch isolated this particular bacteria in the year 1883, and Filippo Fazzini identified this comma-shaped bacterium associated with cholera cases. And there are 200 serogroups identified based on somatic O antigen. Among this, O1 and O139 serogroups cause epidemics, that means sudden outbreak. O1 is subdivided into LTAR and classical types. Seven greater pandemics occurred from 1817. Cholera was caused by two serotypes, Inaba and Ogawa, and two biotypes, classical and LTAR types of toxigenic O group 1 Vibrio cholerae. And next we will see the pandemics of cholera. Actually, there are seven major pandemics that has occurred. The first one that was started in the year 1817 to 1824, and the places which were mostly affected were Bengal, India, China, and Indonesia. And the second pandemic in the year 1829 to 1837 in Russia, Hungary, Germany, Egypt, and UK. And the third pandemic in the year 1846 to 1860 in Russia, England, France, London. The fourth pandemic from 1863 to 1875 in Bengal, Russia, Africa, and America. Fifth pandemic from 1881 to 1896 in Europe, America, Russia, Spain, and Japan. Sixth pandemic in the year 1899 to 1923 in Western Europe, Russia, and Philippines. Seventh pandemic in 1961 to 1975 in Indonesia, East Pakistan, India, and Japan. And the recent outbreak that has taken place in the year 1992, and the affected areas were India, Europe, Asia, and US. And now let's see the morphology of this particular Vibrio cholerae. The picture clearly denotes that this particular organism, it is a gram-negative comma-shaped bacilli, and it shows active movement that is due to a single polar flagellum, and it is a curved rod. And next we will see its cultural characteristics. This organism is a facultative anaerobe, and the optimum temperature for its growth is 37 degrees centigrade, and the preferable pH range for the growth of this organism is 7 to 9, and it is a halophilic, that is salt loving organism, so it prefers alkaline pH, and the specific media that is used for growing this organism is TCBS, that is thiosulfate bile salt sucrose agar. And next we shall see its resistance. It can tolerate alkaline media that kills most intestinal commensals, and it is sensitive to acid, and most die in the stomach. And next we'll see its pathogenesis. Cholera is transmitted mainly through the fecal oral route. The disease, and it is a disease of the small bowel, have one or more adherence factors that enable them to adhere to the microvilli, that is in the stomach. They also produce mucinolytic enzymes like neuraminidase and proteases, and they secrete the potent toxin, that is cholera enterotoxin, choleragen. And this cholera enterotoxin is a polymeric protein which is having the molecular weight of about 84,000 Dalton, and it consists of two major domains. A region having molecular weight of 28,000 Dalton, that is responsible for having biological activity of the enterotoxin, is linked by non-covalent interaction with the B region, that is having the molecular weight of about 56,000 Dalton, which is also known as chlorogenoid, binds the toxin to the receptors on host cell membrane. This toxin, it binds to the plasma membrane of the intestinal epithelial cells and releases the enzymatically active subunit that cause a rise of cyclic adenosine 5 monophosphate CAMP production. The resulting high intracellular CAMP levels causes massive secretion of electrolytes and water into the intestinal lumen. And cholera starts with an abrupt onset of watery diarrhea. The initial symptom will be the watery diarrhea, and it looks like rice watery stool. That means it won't have any specific color, so it is called colorless, and won't have any odor, and also it is packed with mucus. The initial stool may exceed 1 liter, and several liters of fluid may be excreted within hours. That leads to hypovolemic shock, that is loss of fluid. Muscle cramps that may also occur due to the loss of water and electrolytes from the body tissues. And also the loss of skin turgor, scaphoid abdomen, and weak pulse. So these are the characteristic features of cholera. And next we'll see the lab diagnosis. Wet mount of liquid stool has to be examined microscopically. So while carrying out microscopic studies, we can do gram staining and we can observe them under the microscope, and in that we can observe the gram negative comma shaped bacteria. And also the isolation of this bacteria from stool sample or rectal swabs can be done. So for this we can use the specific media and also the transport media. First we will see what is the transport media. The main usage of this transport media is to transport the specimen, that is the stool sample or rectal swab from the patients and to the lab for further diagnosis. So for this, the two media are preferable. One is the VR, that is Venkataraman Ramakrishnan media, and Carey Blair medium. So these two media can be used as the transport media for transporting the specimen to the lab. And next one is the enrichment medium for enriching this bacteria. For this we can use alkaline peptone broth. And for the identification of this organism we can use the specific media, that is TCBS. Already I have mentioned thiosulfate bile salt sucrose agar, in which the sucrose fermenting this vibrios produce a distinctive yellow color morphology. Slight agglutination test of colonies with specific antiserum can be also done in lab. Then gram staining, then motility test. Motility test shows the darting motility type, that is hanging drop type. Then other biochemical tests such as oxidase positive test, BP positive test, then ferments sucrose and mannose but not arabinose, and they produce acid but no gas. Vibrio cholerae also possess lysine and ornithine decarboxylase. Enrichment in peptone broth followed by fluorescent antibody test can be done. Then serological diagnosis can be made, and the sensitivity pattern can be studied using the polymyxin. Then ELISA test can be done. Then polymerase chain reaction and rapid techniques can be also carried out for the diagnostic purpose. And next we will see the epidemiology of this disease. Cholera is endemic or epidemic and pandemic in areas with poor sanitation. Mainly here the sanitation plays a major role. Cholera is occurred by ingestion of water or food contaminated with the infected feces of the individual. It occurs sporadically in developed countries. In coastal region, it may persist in shellfishes and also in planktons. Convalescent carriers are rare. Convalescence means those who have recovered due to undergoing treatment. And enteritis caused by the halophil Vibrio parahemolyticus is associated with raw or improperly cooked seafood. And next we'll see the preventive measures. Sanitation, it is a very important one that plays a key role in preventing this infection. And next one, the water that is used for consumption should be purified. And next one, the vaccination. So vaccination can be used for preventing the disease. And next we will see the control measures. The control can be made effective by following the sanitary practices. Then treatment of cholera consists essentially of replacing fluid and electrolytes, since plenty of fluids are lost from the body of the infected person. A parenteral vaccine of whole killed bacteria has been used widely but is relatively ineffective and is not generally recommended. Living attenuated genetically engineered mutants are promising. Then antibiotics such as tetracycline, to which the Vibrios are generally sensitive. Then ORS for oral rehydration salts containing sodium chloride 3.5 grams, potassium chloride 1.5 grams, sodium bicarbonate 2.5 grams, and glucose 20 grams. This mixture is dissolved in 1 liter of water and that should be taken in increments. Thank you.